How you doing there? Welcome back to Babylon Talmud. Today we're studying Daf Pedal, Daf 84 of Masechta Nedarim, friends. Friends, today we're talking about a situation where a guy's wife makes this kind of neder, and we got to figure out if he could be made for it or not. How does that sound? You think we should go weiter? Good, let's go weiter. All right, we're going to start with Pei Gimel Amud Beis. We got some work to do over there. At the Mishnah, Konam sha'ani nene labrius. Okay, she says that she's not going to get any benefit from the people. So he cannot be made for that neder. She can't get benefit from the people. She's able to get benefit from leket shechacha and peh. Leket shechacha and peh are things that are left for the poor people in the field that they can collect from. She can collect from those as well. The Gemara is going to explain exactly how we understand that stuff. Okay, so she says she's not going to get benefit from the people. The husband cannot be mefer, and then we say that she's allowed to get benefit from leket shechacha and peah. Leket is any, if she's collecting the grain and there's like two stalks that fall on the ground, she can chap that on. And shechacha is if you forget some stuff, and peah is the corner of the field that's left for the poor people. Konam ka'anim levim nenim li. If she says that the priests and the Levites cannot get benefit from her, yitlu al korcho, they can just collect their stuff against her will. However, ka'anim elu levim elu nenim li yitlu achirim. But if she says that these priests or these Levites cannot get benefit from me, beseder, let other priests and Levites get benefit from her. Says the Gemara, Alma efshir de mitzina midile. So says the Gemara that if we look at the Mishnah, it says Konam sha'ani nene labrius eino yachol offer. That if she says that she's not going to get any benefit from the people, so he cannot be made for that neder. Why can't he be made for that neder? Presumably because when she says she's not going to get benefit from the people, he's not included. She could still get benefit from him. So as long as she can get benefit from him, who cares about the people? And he can't be made for that neder, right? So again, Alma, from here we see, Efshir de mitzina midile. So we see that, he can't be made for it because she can always get benefit from, she can always get sustenance and food from him, nonetheless. So we see that the husband is not included in the people. But if she says that she's not going to get benefit from the people, that does not include the husband. But one second, what do we say right after that? That she's allowed to benefit from leket shechacha and peah, these things that go to the poor people. But implying that she does not eat from the husband. So on the one hand, the Reisha is implying that she can eat from the husband. The Seifa, though, when we say leket shechacha and peah, it implies that she can eat from those, but not from the husband. Implying that the husband is included in the people. And when she says she's not going to get benefit from the people, she's also not going to be able to get benefit from her husband. Says Ula, look, really the husband is not included in the people. And when she says she's not going to get benefit from the people, she can get benefit from her husband. And the way to understand it is, it's saying two things. When she says she's not going to get benefit from the people, but she is, however, allowed to get benefit from her husband. He's not considered part of the people. And she can get benefit from him, and therefore he cannot be made for that neder, because she can still get benefit from him. And secondly, regardless, she would still be able to collect leket shechacha and peah. So therefore, he can't be, either he can't be made for it because she can always get benefit from him, or regardless he can't be made for it because she can always get benefit from leket shechacha and peah anyways. Rava Amar la'olam ba'al bichlal briosu. Says Rava, no, really the husband is included in the people. Umatam ka'amar. And the whole point of leket shechacha and peah is explaining matam ein yachol lahafer, so then why can he not be made for it? If she's saying that she's not going to get benefit from the people, and he's included in the people, since she can't get benefit from anybody, so shouldn't the husband be able to be made for that neder? So no, he can't be made for it because she can always chap around from leket shechacha and peah, and therefore he cannot be made for that neder. Rav Nachman says that the husband is not included in the people. The husband is not included in the people, and therefore he cannot be made for the neder because she can get benefit from him. But v'achi katani, this is how you understand the leket shichachon peh thing, that nizgarsha, that if they get divorced, still yichol lanus bleket shichacha ufeya, she would be able to get benefit from leket shichacha and peah. Fine. Says the Gemara, Eisvei Rave Rav Nachman. Rave, who says that the husband is included in the people, asks the kasha and Rav Nachman, who says that the husband is not included in the people. Uva la bichlal priosu. Rav Nachman, is that really true that the husband is not considered part of the people? V'atnan, but we learn in a Mishnah, Nitula ani min Yehudim, that if a woman says that she is gonna, separating herself from all of the Yidden, and the default assumption is that she's talking about Tashmish Amita, that she's talking about Bia, that she's saying she's not going to have Bia with any of the Jews. Yofer Chelko, he needs to be mefer his portion in that, V'tehei Misham Shaso, and then they can have Bia, Utei Netula Min Yehudim, and she can't have Bia with any of the other people. She can't have Bia with any of the other people. She can't have Bia with any of the other people. Okay? So she's saying that she's not going to have Bia with any of the Jews, and we're saying, well, he needs to be made for it vis-a-vis himself, but she wouldn't be able to have Bia with any of the other people. Now, now, if you say that the husband is not included in the people, so that means that when she says that she's netula ani min Yehudim, she's talking about all the other people. Now, if she's talking about the other people and not her husband, well, then mistama, she's not talking about that she's not going to have bia with them. Obviously, she's not going to have bia with them. She's a married woman. So then what's it talking about? It's talking about that she's not going to get benefit from any of their payers, from any of their fruits. And if so, nidre inu nefeshein v'yafir la la'olam. Well, it would be nidre inu nefesh if she's saying that she's not going to get benefit from anybody's fruits. In which case, he should be able to be made for it, not just, for himself, but he should be made for everybody. And it shouldn't be netula min Yehudim. So so that's the Gemara's kasha, right? Meaning, so Rav asked the kasha of Rav Nachman, that Rav Nachman had said that he is not included in the people. Rav says, but what do you make of this brisa, or a Mishnah that's coming up later, that when she says that she's not, right, she's netula min Yehudim, the assumption is she's not going to have bia with any of the Jews, and it says there he has to be made for his portion, implying that he's considered part of everybody. And if he wasn't, right, and he's saying that he can be made for his portion, but she's still not allowed to get benefit from anybody else. But if we're talking about where he's separate from the rest of the people, well then, what she's saying is that she can't get benefit from any of the other people and any of their payers, so it's not going to be talking about bia in that case, because obviously she can't have bia with any of the other people, so it's saying that she can't have the payers of any of the other people, which means that it's nidre inu nefesh, it afflicts her soul, and therefore he should be able to be made for all of the yidden, but it says that he's only made for himself and not for the rest of the Yidden, implying that he is included as part of the people. No, so Shaini Acha Demucha Chamilsa Dalater Kasa Nafsha, to which we say, no, in this particular case of when she says she's not gonna, first of all, it's talking about Bia, right? Right. So it says Rav Nachman, look, when she says Dulani Min Yehudim, it's talking about Bia. And since it's talking about Bia, in this case she's obviously talking about her husband. She's not talking about the other people she's not allowed to be with, and therefore it's saying that, right, that he's able to be made for it with regard to himself, but it would still be shaykh even if they get divorced, whatever. She wouldn't be permitted to anybody else. But in general, Rav Nachman would say that he would not be included as part of the people. All right, fine, very good. Now, okay. So we said that she can get benefit from leket, shechacha, and peah. Says the Gemara, v'lokatani of ma'aser sheni. But we leave out ma'aser sheni, right? Meaning the Mishnah says she can get benefit from leket, shechacha, and peah. It doesn't say that she can get benefit from ma'aser sheni. So she said she's not going to get benefit from any of the people, and we're saying she's allowed to get benefit from leket, shechacha, and peah. We leave out ma'aser. Did I say ma'aser sheni? Ma'aser oni. right? The poor person's tithe, which is separated on years 3 and 6 of the Shemitah cycle, right? Of course, year 1 and 2, 4 and 5 are Meiser Sheni, right? So you separate first Truma, then Meiser, and then, right, which is 10%, then an additional 10%. On years 2, 3, 4, and 5, on years 1, 2, 4, and 5, that goes to you eat it in Jerusalem. You bring it to Jerusalem and you eat it there. On years 3 and 6, you give it to the poor people. So that's what's called Meiser Ani. And we're saying that she's not allowed to eat Meiser Ani. But we have a Brisa which says that she is allowed to eat Meiser Ani. So what is it? Can she or can't she? If Yosef says, if Yosef lo kasha or Rabbi Eliezer or Rabbanan, says if Yosef, it's posh, it's the machlokas between Rabbi Eliezer and the Rabbanan. What does that mean? The Tanan is we learn in the Mishnah. Rabbi Eliezer says, Rabbi Eliezer, ein adam tzarich likros shem al meiser ani shel demai. A fellow purchases produce from an Amma Aretz, and the Amma Aretz is, so they separate Truma, but we're not sure if they separate the Meiser tithes. And Rabbi Eliezer says, Ein adam tzarich likros shame al meiser ani shel demai. You do not need to sort of designate in any way any portion of this of this produce that you purchase from an Am Haaretz. You don't need to designate in any way meiser ani, right? The poor person's tithe. The Chacham say no. You do have to at least call it, point it out, like this portion is considered the Meiser Ani. Now, however, because it's suffix, right? Because it's a suffix, because it's it could be that the Am Haaretz separated the Meiser Ani. So because it's a suffix, it doesn't have to give it to anybody else, because in order for somebody else to claim that it's theirs, they would have to prove that the Am Haaretz didn't separate the Meiser Ani, but we don't know. Maybe he already did. So therefore he can keep it himself, but he at least has to designate it, according to the rabbis. Right? That's the concept of Amotzi Mechaver Olav Arai. So it's very interesting, right? So when it comes to Demai, if you purchase produce from an Am Haaretz, right? So the Truma, we assume that he already took Truma, because Truma is pretty small, so he separates that. The Meiser, we're not sure if he separated it or not. So the interesting thing is, if I buy produce from an Am Haaretz, and I don't know if Meiser was separated, so the thing is, I don't actually have to give it to a Levi, right? So the Levi can't come and say, okay, give me the Meiser, because I'll say to him, prove that it wasn't actually separated. And anybody can eat Meiser, right? Meaning it's not like Truma where, if you eat it, it's Misa B'dei Shemaim. Anybody can eat Meiser. You have to give it to the Levi can give it to whoever he wants. So anybody can eat Meiser, and in this case, the Levi would have to prove that the Am Haaretz didn't actually separate Meiser in order to be able to claim that he should get it. But he can't make that proof because we don't know. Therefore, me, as a person who purchased it, I say, if you want it, prove it. And as long as you can't prove it, so I'm going to eat it. I'm going to keep it. But generally speaking, when it comes to Meiser, you separate 10%, you give it to the Levi. The Levi then needs to separate 10% from that, which is what's called Trumas Meiser, and give that to the Kohen. And that's actually Truma. You can't eat that. So while I don't need to give Meiser to the Levi, because I'll say prove it, but I do need to separate 10% from the Meiser that I would theoretically give to the Levi, and that's Trumas Meiser, and that needs to go to the Kohen. So I need to separate that 10%. And then when it comes to Meiser Ani as well, we're saying that he wouldn't actually have to give it to a poor person, because again, we'd say prove it, but Rabbi Eliezer says you don't even need to mention, you don't have to designate it in any way. Whereas the Chacham say you at least have to designate it, but ve'ein tzarich la'afish, you don't actually need to give it to a poor person. My love, the Amar Sveiko Tovel Kasover Islay Tovasano. So the Chachamim who say that you have to at least designate it by name, it's because they say that if you knew for sure that the Meiser Ani wasn't actually separated, so then it would actually be Tevel and you'd be Chayiv Karis, if I'm not mistaken. Right, is that what we're saying? That it would Tevel ve'ocham and akribim b'misa. Misa, probably Misa b'dei Shemayim, not Karis. Fine. But so according to Chacham, if you knew for sure that Meiser Ani wasn't separated, then it would still be Tevel. And therefore, and that's why you at least have to, separate it by name at least. So So according to Chachamim who say that you have to that you have to at least mention it by name because you have to be concerned about tevel. So kasover is le tovasano. So if you say that meiser ani, if it's not separated, it would make the mixture tevel. So then it has with tovasano. Tovasano is that when I have truma, or we're saying meiser ani or meiser, it's up to me to choose, right? I get the benefit of being able to choose which Kohen or Levi or Ani I want to give it to. And therefore, if, like the Chachamim, that if you neglect to separate Meiser Ani, so then it would make the mixture Tevel. So they also hold that when you separate Meiser Ani, you have the benefit, you have the option to be able to choose whoever you want to give it to. And since you have that benefit, lo mehanyu, therefore she cannot get benefit from it, right? Now taking it back to our Mishnah, you have a woman who says that she's not getting benefit from any of the people. And the question is, can she benefit from Meiser Ani? The answer is no, because since a person has this tovas hana, this ability to decide who they give it to, so that is considered, it's not hefker, it actually has value. Therefore she can't benefit from it because she says that she's not going to get benefit from any of the people. And according to Rabbi Eliezer, who says that he doesn't have to call it by any name, the Meiser Ani, so he says that Meiser Ani does not cause tevel. And part of that is that if you hold that there's no tevel when it comes to Meiser Ani, then also you hold that there's no tovasana, that I don't have that option, that benefit of being able to choose who I give it to. And therefore it's considered like hefker, and therefore she would be able to get benefit from the Meiser Ani. So according to our Mishnah that leaves out Meiser Ani, implying that she cannot get benefit from Meiser Ani, that would be like the rabbis. And according to the Bryce that says that she can chaparain Meiser Ani, that would be like Rabbi Eliezer, who says that it would be basically hefker and she can chaparain. Says Abai, no. Actually, everybody disagrees with Rav Yosef, and he says no. Everybody agrees. Both Rabbi Eliezer and the Chacham agree that Meiser Ani would create tevel. If you don't separate Meiser Ani, the mixture would be tevel. However, why does Rabbi Eliezer say that you don't have to separate? You don't even have to designate Meiser Ani by name. Rabbi Eliezer, here's machlokas. Rabbi Eliezer says Rabbi Eliezer lo nechshidu amei haaretz al Meiser Ani, that just like we assume that Amaretz separate truma, we also assume that they separate Meiser Ani. They have no problem separating Meiser Ani because even after they separate it, theoretically they could just make all of their property hefker, and they would be able to take it back. So it's entirely up to them. They separate this thing. If they really want it that badly, they could just make all their stuff hefker, and then they're a poor person then, and then they can take this stuff back. So because they have that sort of ability, that option, they have no problem separating Meiser Ani. Lo mafker inish dimrases dilma zachibu inish achwina hilkach nechshedu. Whereas the rabbis say no, Amaretzes are suspect whether they actually separated Meiser Ani, because in practical terms nobody's gonna make all of their property ownerless just so that they can have the Meiser Ani, because what if after they make it ownerless, somebody else comes and takes it? It's not a risk that they're willing to make, and therefore they're not actually going to make their stuff hefker, and therefore, practically speaking, that sort of logic of, well, they can always make all their stuff hefker doesn't apply, and therefore, we just have to be, we have the regular concern of, well, then maybe they're not going to separate Meiser Ani. It's 10%. It's too much. They might not separate it. Fine. No. So back to our original question. In our Mishnah, we're saying that she does not take, right? She says she's not going to get benefit from any of the people. She cannot have Meiser Ani. She can have Leket, Shichcha, and Peh, not Meiser Ani. Whereas we have a Bryce that says that she can have Meiser Ani. Rav Yosef wanted to say, well, it's our Mishnah is the Chachamim. The Bryce is Rabbi Eliezer. Says Abai, no, he disagrees with Rav Yosef. Comes Rava now. Rava Omer kan b'Meiser Ani maschalik b'soch aboyis dichsiva bein nesina nasat lev leger v'gomer. Says Rava, look, our Mishnah that says that she cannot collect Meiser Ani, because that's talking about Meiser Ani that the fellow is distributing in his house, and he has the Tovas Ana, he has the choice to give it to whoever he wants, and it has monetary value, and therefore she cannot benefit from that because she can't benefit from any of the people. However, in the Brisa, when it says that she can benefit from Meiser Ani, that is Meiser Ani that is being distributed in the granary. Wait, what? Vehinachto. Now where am I again? That it says you just leave it there, so it's hefker, therefore she can get benefit from it. Friends, we're going to stop here. That was the Pei Daled of Masechta Nedarim. We learned a new Mishnah. This is actually a little bit complicated. That if she says that she's not going to get benefit from any of the people, so we say that the husband cannot be made for it, and that she could still get benefit from Leket Shikha and Peah. Now we saw Machlokes with Ula, with who else was there? Ula, Rava, and Rav Nachman. That Ula had said that the husband is not included in the people, and therefore he's not made for the neder because he can always provide stuff for her. And additionally, she would also be able to collect Meiser Ani, Leket Shikha and Peh, and therefore he cannot be made for the neder. Rava says that no, he is included in the people, and it's saying that even though he's included in the people, she can't get benefit from her husband. However, she can get benefit from Leket Shikha and Peh, therefore he can't be made for the neder. And Rav Nachman says that the husband is not included in the people, and it's saying that if they get divorced, she would be able to benefit from Leket Shikha and Peah. Then we saw Machlokas about, is it only Leket Shikha and Peah? What about Meiser Ani? Well, our Mishnah seems to be excluding Meiser Ani. We have a Brisa that includes Meiser Ani. And Rav Yosef wanted to say that our Mishnah is the Chacham, the Brisa is Rabbi Eliezer. Abai didn't like that. Rava said that actually our Mishnah is talking about where the guy is leaving it out in his house, and therefore it has monetary value, and she would not be able to benefit from it because she says she's not going to get benefit from the people. But if it's being distributed in the granaries, then it would be hefker, and she'd be able to get benefit from it. Friends, that was daf 84 of Masechta Nedarim. I hope you enjoy. Peace out.